Can you explain what is a credit default swap so even a silly little bear like me could understand?
Sure I can. That will be quite easy.
Thank you, my financial master.
A credit default swap is simply an insurance policy between financial institutions.
You mean like State Farm insures my car?
Actually, that's a fairly good example, but I'll give you a better one.
Thanks, because all this financial stuff is so confusing.
The largest bank in the world is called BNP of France. This bank is much larger than Bank of America. The biggest bank in the world needs to make sure its financial instruments are safe.
So they take out insurance policies, right?
Exactly.
Do other large banking institutions in Europe do the same thing?
Certainly. Almost all of them do, especially banks in Greece.
Who underwrites the insurance policies for these European banks?
Generally speaking, it's other American financial institutions.
Are you joking?
Nope.
Which American financial institutions?
Primarily it's the Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan and Bank of America.
How much money are we talking?
About $250 trillion. And it gets much worse from here. Recently, Bank of America just transferred $50 trillion and JP Morgan transferred $79 trillion of risky credit default swap exposure from the investment banking portfolio into the general bank holding company. Everyday Americans do our banking.
So what the hell does that mean?
It means the American people are on the hook through the FDIC if things go south in Europe.
Holy shit, man. That's enough money to blow up the world. Did our government not learn anything from 2008?
Yes, they learned how to become even more tricky and corrupt. They may have just spit in the American people's face for the last time.
This is like a horror movie where Lucifer and Medusa are raping the American people. Why is no one doing anything about this?
The Occupy Wall Street movement protesters are trying. The people are getting really frustrated.
I'm writing Bill O'Reilly with Fox News about this.
That joker wouldn't know the difference between the financial derivative and a hole in the ground. He's part of the problem. The left-wing media spends all of their time protecting President Obama, and the right-wing media spends all their time protecting Republicans.
The people are trapped in the middle.
The people? What are you talking about, idiot? You are the people. Where have you been? Pull your iPhone out of your ass and start paying attention to what's going on around you. You're the moron who voted for Barney Frank over and over again. The same guy who practically caused all of this now supports the protesters. What a fucking joke. This is surreal. Nothing makes sense anymore.
You are right, master. It's the man in the mirror. We all had this beautiful little flower in our hands called America, and we forgot to water it. We neglected the flower, and now it's dying, left in the hands of corrupt politicians in bed with Wall Street bankers, all under the watchful eye of the Federal Reserve and fractional reserve banking.
When the protesters mention greed, what they are really talking about is obscene greed and fraud.
What is your name, sir?
I prefer to remain anonymously anonymous. Buckle up, Sparky. We are in for a wild ride.
Rock on, Occupy Wall Street protesters. It's time to rattle the cage.